Hello everyone, this is Parker from Team Aurora, here with my dinosaur deck profile for the, I guess I'd say December 2020 format, because we're coming close to December compared to November. Uh, I've been working on this deck for a while, and while there is a playset of cards in here that I would replace with a different playset of cards, which I'll say, like, in a minute, and the extra deck may need a little bit of tinkering, like, I'd have to say this deck is probably fully complete right now. And I'm really glad for that because I've been working on this deck for, like I said, a while, like almost an entire year, or ever since Animadorned Archosaur came out. But I really wanted to get this deck profile out so people can see how I play dinos, which is not too different from everyone else playing dinos, but a lot of people actually like going first with dinos, which, you know, like, unless you're playing against Virtual World, which dinos have a horrible matchup against, then you probably want to go second more, honestly. But anyways, I'm not going to like blab your guys' ears off. I'm just going to get straight into the deck profile. Starting off with your big guys. Oh, by the way, I apologize for the camera quality because I'm using my Logitech C920, but I don't really know how to reduce the noise when it's big. So, sorry, you're going to have to deal with it. Uh, Starting with your big guys, you got two Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This is your boss monster. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and what a godly boss monster he is. Flip everything, attack everything, deal 1,000 Sun to Grave, Blackluster Soldier summoning. Like, sitting on this is great, and also this beats over literally like every monster in the game it's currently being played. You got one Dogoron. I actually like playing the one Dogoron because I do prefer to go second a lot, and it outs Dragoon really easily, or any other big negates like Appaloosa, which can really hurt, anything like that. Honestly, in terms of boards, like, you can break boards really easily with this deck. Your main problem is dealing with hand traps, because if they stop your Misk and then they hand trap your other stuff, then you really can't do much. And then you got one Pankratops. Pankratops is a busted card. Sad it's at one, but then again, I don't think I'd play it at more than one in the main deck anyway. But Pankratops is just so good. You can go during your end phase, if you have a Pteranodon on board that you summoned off of a Misk, you can just get a free Pankratops to have an extra disruption on your opponent's turn. It's really nice. That's it for your big guys. You got three Oviraptor, one of the best starter cards in the game. Like, holy shit, this card is ridiculously good. Search or send, like, blow something up to special summon something back. And, like, easily searchable, easily special summonable. Like, honestly, I'm like, the only thing I can imagine to make this card better is it not being a once per turn. But then again, I think dinos would have been hit a long time ago. Three Misk. They're nice and shiny because I invested like $6 or $7 into the golds. Um, I'm so glad I finally got a hollow reprint. But Misk is the main reason people are saying Dino should get hit right now because they complain that it gets rid of interaction, which, I mean, I can't tell them they're wrong, but honestly, the thing is, you got those people that are complaining about Misk, like, getting rid of interactivity. They're also the same people complaining that hand traps, like, make the game horrible. So it's just like, oh, I hate hand traps. Oh, I hate Misk. It stops my hand traps. Like, and honestly, until Archosaur came out, no one had a problem with Misk. So, yeah, protection from, like, everything during a main phase. Uh, you got, like, a free special summon when it's in grave. Lancia does hurt this deck, by the way. If you guys are looking for good side deck picks against Dinosaur, just play Lancia. We'll cry. And then the one Giant Rex, because he's Giant Rex. Like, I love this card so much. Best way to out a Dark Law, just activate Lost World, normal summon Giant Rex. On to the little guys. Two Archosaur. I managed to get my hands on two of them. I'm so grateful. Um, so this card is actually retarded. Like, it is so good. You get to destroy something to search a pill because, like, no one searches anything else. Like, they're only going to use the pill search effect. It's like you get to search a pill. It's a level 1, so you can go into Link Karibo Secure Gardener to get a free, like, this card plus any dino is a 1-card Tyranno or Dogoron or Pankratops or whatever you want to summon. Like, it's really ridiculous. And also, he's adorable. Look at him. Don't talk to me or my son or my other son ever again. And then, rest of the little guys, two baby, one Pteranodon. Man, I remember back when it was like 3-1 or 3-2 back during like the True King days. honestly, I think if Denglong and Litho came back to more copies, then the True King build would see a bit more play. Because I really like the True King build. Oh yeah, Diagram would have to come back to 3 at least. Like Diagram to 3 and then either Denglong to 1 or Litho to 3. But it's like, I love the True King build because activating Diagram and popping a baby was really good. It just died really hard to Ogre. That does it for the dinosaur portion in terms of monsters. Pretty thick. It is a monster effect deck, after all. It dies to cards like this. 3 Gamma, the 1 driver. I actually... So sometimes I consider cutting the main deck Gamma in favor of something else, but then again, I don't really know anything else I would put in the main deck, and Gamma is probably one of the best hand traps in the format right now. So, yeah. 3 Gamma, 1 driver, and then 3 Ash, all different rarities. Lovely. Ash is just a really good hand trap right now. I mean, this is definitely a card you can interchange with other things. You can play 3 Droll. You can play 3 Ogre. Ogre is actually really good in this format. That's why I cite it. But like Ash is just pretty generic. I remember when this card was like one of the best cards in the game, and now it's just kind of falling out of like favor somewhat compared to stuff like Gamma right now. But then it'll go into a control format like we always do after a combo format, and then it'll end up being broken again. That does it for the monster lineup. Onto the spells, we have 3 Lost World, 1 Terraforming. I actually am not playing Mystic Mine in my build. I did at one point, but honestly I didn't feel like drawing into the Mystic Mines, especially when I had like more monsters than my opponent. And everyone else is already playing Mystic Mine, so it's like activating a Mystic Mine against a Mystic Mine isn't going to really do much. And, like, I'd rather just only have Lost World as my field spell to brick on, because I do brick on field spells a lot. Like, late game, if they do make it to late game, I'll have, like, no cards in hand, top deck into a Lost World, and then another Lost World. It makes me angry. So, yeah, just the 3 Lost World, 1 Terraforming. I remember back when it was, like, 3 Diagram, 1 Lost World, 1 Terraforming. And then it was 3 Lost World, 1 Diagram, 1 Terraforming, and then the set rotation in both builds. Regular spells, we got 3 Fossil Dig because it's Fossil Dig. Honestly, if I see anything getting hit for Dino on the next list next month, then it's going to be Fossil Dig, because I don't think they're going to slaughter it by hitting over after a Misk. And I wouldn't mind a Fossil Dig hit, really. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if Archosaur just got banned. But they won't do that because it's from Eternity Code. 2 Pill. Can't play 1 Pill. Don't play 3 Pill. It's too much. 1 Pill is not enough because if you draw it without using Archosaur, then you're boned. 2 Pill is perfect. Helps basically turn your 2 copies of Tyranno into 4 copies of Tyranno. And then here's a card I would interchange out. 3 Dark Ruler No More in the main. So my theory with this was always, it was basically always, I'm going to let my opponent go first. They're going to build their big board, like Dragoon, like Appaloosa, all those negates. I'm going to go second. I'm going to activate Dark Ruler. And then negate all of their things. And then, because all their things are negated, they're obviously going to be smaller than Tyranno. I'm going to do my combo, usually like Lost World, Lost World, OV, Baby, or just Misk, Baby. And then use the Tyranno from the combo, because all the combos in this deck get the Tyranno. Use the Tyranno to run over everything, and then next turn they have to break my board. And it's honestly not a bad strategy, but the problem is you have to go second. And a lot of the time, I think mainly it's just because I'm at locals and people know what I'm playing. But if you're forced to go first with this deck, and then you top deck into Dark Rulers, then it's a problem. Because I don't really have any going first cards in my side deck. I have, like, Lancia I technically count, and Twin Twisters I technically count. But this, I'd honestly... Because I'm actually playing this in place of Nibiru. So I think, honestly, because Nibiru can be used on either player's turn, I honestly think I'd replace this with Nibiru in the future. Like, if I can get my hands on some, and then just side these, because this is a really ridiculous card in this deck. But only if you can go second. So, we have 2 Extravagance. Technically, I'm playing 2 because I don't have a third one, but also, I don't really think I want a third one. Because, don't get me wrong, Extravagance is a really good card. Like, in this deck, it's basically just free resources. And in, well, every deck that plays it, it's free resources. But personally, like, I keep drawing, like, even with 2, I keep drawing Extravagance off of Extravagance, and then also, I don't want to banish too many things from my extra, because late game, like, you might not have enough things to banish from your extra, or you might need those last things that are in your extra, and this is usually a win more card anyway, like, when I draw into it, and, like, if it's a win more card, I'm not going to activate it, I'm just going to set it in bluff as it being an imperm. I've even considered just cutting the Extravagance and playing something else instead, but I don't know. And then I play one main deck Twin Twisters because, like I said, people are already playing Mystic Mine, and also, yeah, basically this is the out to Mystic Mine. That's the entire point. And also, it can out things like Face Down Strike or something. In the Prank Kids matchup, you can activate this during standby and then pop their Pandemoniums and watch them cry. And then 2 Imperm, because Imperm is Imperm, and it's a really good hand trap this format. I need to get new sleeves. I literally got these like 3 weeks ago, and they're already dirty. That's it for the main deck. 40 cards. I would not play anymore, honestly. This deck, I'm not going to say it needs as much consistency as it can get, but like the more consistent, the better. That's more like it. Let me check something real quick. Ah, dang. Okay. Sorry, I was playing a game, and I just got disconnected from an activity. Anyway, for the extra deck, we have 2 Dolka and 2 Logia. So a lot of people are playing 2 in 1, or they're playing 3 in 1. But I actually really like Logia as a card, because if you already have something like a Dweller against a Graveyard Effect deck like Prank Kids or something, or Orchist or whatever, then it'd be better to have a Logia, because then you can protect the Dweller from stuff like Imperm by using Logia. Or you can protect other things by using Logia. And so 2 and 2 is fine. Even if I wasn't playing Extravagance, I'd probably play 2 of this, because like Dolka is a ridiculous card this format. And I'll probably keep this ratio even if I do cut Extravagance or after this format ends, because it's a good ratio. And then we have 2 Dweller. My shiny gold rare. I love it. 2 Dweller, because Dweller is a really good card. You can summon it easily. It's part of your Lost World combo. Like, you have to have it for the combo, unless you use, like, Tornado Dragon. And then you don't want to banish all both of them off Extravagance, so you're going to play 2. And then for the 1-ofs, we play 1 Dugaris. I think I'm still, like, I'm the last Dino player in the world that still plays Dugaris. But I just love Dugaris so much. I go for game so much with Dugaris. Because, like, 7,000 attack Tyranno, what's your opponent going to do? Activate Mirror Force in 2020? I mean, I do go to locals, and that does happen sometimes, but, you know, that's why we have Logia. We have 1 Exciton Knight, because it's a surprise card. Like, I wouldn't say it's a tech card. I mean, maybe I can say it's a tech card, because, like, I don't really see anyone playing it. But it's, like, in the grind games, where it gets to a situation where it's the opposite of what you're trying to do. Like I said with the Dark Ruler, your opponent goes first, you go second, activate Dark Ruler, break their board, and make them break your board next turn. Well, yeah, if you're forced to go first, depending on the deck and what they sided in, then they can do the exact same thing. It's like, alright, as long as you have a Misc and enough materials to get, like, 2 level 4s or whatever, then you can just go into the Exciton Knight, because you're probably going to have less resources than them, obviously, in terms of stuff on field and everything. So, it's like, just go into the Exciton and then, like, blow everything up. And then, yeah, they're not going to take damage, but it keeps you safe for another turn, and it can probably get you another rank 4 the next turn. And then 1 Tornado Dragon. It's more back row removal. It's a backup card in the Lost World combo, because at that point you actually don't need to use Lost World's effects. You can just blow it up, or if your opponent has a back row, you can blow it up. It's just generic. It's a high attack, generic, rank 4. So, I mean, what are you really going to say against it? I was playing 2, but then I finally got my hands on my second Dolka. Please never play more than 1 Tornado Dragon. Now, onto the links. We have 2 Link Karibo and 2 Secure Gardna. So, back before I got back into dinosaurs, back when I was playing, like, Fluffles and Mermails and all that, I was so confused as to why people were playing Secure Gardna. I'm like, what is that piece of garbage? Like, why is that seeing play? And then I realized it's not for the effect, but for the fact that you can go Archosaur, Link Karibo, Link Karibo, Secure Gardena, and then now you have a Dino non-Dino in your graveyard for Pill. And so, honestly, losing your Link Karibos off of Extravagance and then having Secure Gardens left really sucks. Like, it really hinders your Pill plays, so you gotta use, like, a hand trap or whatever. But it's not the worst thing in the world, but I would not play less than 2 of each. I wouldn't play more than 2, though, either. Also, yes, I do have a common of each and an ultra of each. Don't judge me. And then, last 2, we have Pentastag. It's a good card, and it's also for the Dugaris plays. Like, my goal is going second is usually to, like, negate everything with Dark Rule, or not negate everything, but, like, break their board somehow with, like, stuff like Dogoron and everything, and then, like, go Pentastag Dugaris game. And then, you probably already saw already, but the one Nightmare Phoenix, it's Nightmare Phoenix. It's more back row removal. Honestly, in exchange for something like the Exiton or the Tornado Dragon or whatever, you can play like Unicorn or whatever for more removal. Like, I've considered it, but I already sold my Unicorn, and Unicorns are like really expensive right now for some reason again. And so I'm fine with how my extra deck is looking right now. But yeah, that's gonna have to do it for this deck profile. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to tell me exactly what you thought about it in the comments below. If you're playing Dinos, tell me about the differences between my deck and yours, or if you're going to follow this deck profile, or how you're doing at your locals if it's open. I'm pretty sure my locals is going to end up closing by the end of the week if what my dad said was correct, so that's going to suck. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, share it with people, I don't know, like, please, I'm desperate. And I'll see you in the next one. This is Parker from Team Aurora, signing off.